Good afternoon, good early evening. Welcome back to my Light and Love crew. As you can see, I got some things done. We got the wispies out. Anyway, I decided to take it easy just a little bit since this morning. I'm like, I don't really need to, I set the precedence already by getting some things done. And I don't need to go, it's Sunday. I deserve to Sunday drive too. So anyway, I got my receipts out on my bed, to prioritize and all of that. But as you can see, I'm sitting higher because I sewed my, I fixed it, my, little beanbag foot rest ottoman thing so that it sits higher rather than slumps. See? So, I've been listening to, whatchamacallits all day. Going through it, readings, other people's readings, but seriously, it's okay, just don't make it, whatever you do, whenever you're, listening or tuning into anybody, regardless if they're in the field or not, just make sure that it doesn't get you stagnant. Don't get charmed by anybody's words, because all of that is hearsay with what goes on, what their agenda is, what their intentions are, or lack thereof. So it's just kind of remembering what you're doing, what your inputs are. So make sure that their script doesn't overwrite yours, that you're just kind of watching a movie kind of, play out. And that's all good, right? So anyway, I am going to go, I don't really know what to ask for. I indulged in a few love readings, knowing that when I saw that Lover's card out, I was I noticed my response to that, and that's another degree of a trigger. It's showing a lack of belief, or just a bad taste in your mouth, or even the thought of weighing on you of what other people might think. They're am I rushing into things, or am I just being burdened by any kind of bullshit energy, So I just thought I'd engage in it. See, the funny thing is that I decided to listen to the full duration, all of the options that they had available, so that I was just listening to it in the background while doing my thing. And it was what do you call it, the love connection, where you're door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, and then you're just then you get to decide based on what's the output. Or you could just stay single, So it's looking at other energies without having to upfront interact. What are the possibilities? Just throw them out there, Spirit. Because I'm not gonna put myself jeopardize my bond with Spirit. I'm not gonna let any relationships, regardless of intimacy or romanticism or partnerships or anything like that. I'm not going to let any of that intrude on my bond with Spirit. I'm not going to let it taint or disrupt. I'm not going to let it harm or threaten my bond with Spirit. And with that, that's also myself, having self-respect. So it's just accentuating the practice of reading other energies out there. And I just Spirit's good with that. As long as what I'm doing is purposeful within the learning process, that it's not the engagement is responsible in its approach, then Spirit's all good with it, So yeah, it's nice. So yeah, upon sewing, I realized, and leaving the receipts on my bed, I realized, it's to remind myself of like going through, that those are things that I need to tend to. So why burden myself with more receipts? Like, I don't want to, like, going into a supposed love reading, which I think I'm going to do right now. I don't want a transactional bond. That's a dime a dozen. That's like some repeating phases of like prior, yesteryears, or like yester months or yesterdays, or yester onesies, whatever that realm is. It's like, I don't even know if you would call it a spark, when things lose their luster, lose their shine, lose their spark. Like, I don't even know if you would call it like that, they say all that glitters isn't gold, right? Or shimmers, So, what do you want to say? Oh, within sewing, I realized I wanted to share with you the mending process. It was just like a little discovery. Actually, it was a nice discovery that I mended something without having to use a pattern, which is like what you start out with, and it's like really tests your patience. But I have like tons and tons and tons of patterns that I haven't even like tapped into. But it's like you can still fix something without having a pattern. Like, all you need, to do is shadow it to get like the imprint, and that's basically what you do when you're training, after someone. And so that also goes with, Dark Night of the Soul, understanding shadows and learning how to correct things, how to fix things, how to digest certain situations, which is part of like the intangible mending process, without having like somebody like here's a cookie cutter, So that's basically what we're looking at. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you before I forgot. It's part of the intro. And what you call it? So, I guess we're going to do a love reading. I don't know. I think so. Actually, I want to do like love yourself type of reading. So I wanna do another like. What sets you apart from others? Let's do that, because when we're looking at it, we're not just like expanding, like limiting our potential to romantic relationships. We're looking at like partnerships. We're looking at camaraderie. We're looking at business relationships. We're looking at friendships, or even like networking, or just like in passing by. We want to know like what sets you apart from others. That's a totally valid interview question. You wouldn't say that like in like a dating scene, but it's like that's something that you're definitely discerning of. Like you want somebody to be able to answer that question without putting a light over them. You want them to be able to answer that question organically within their own energy. And if they don't, like for me at least, like if they can't answer that without pushing like a sales pitch, it's a no for me. It's like, oh well, it was nice meeting you, moving on. So I don't know. I am going to get that tarot system. What tarot are we going to use today, Spirit? What sets you apart from others? Let me grab something that is just something that I'm intuitively drawn to, okay? Give me one moment. let's go with the Healing Light Tarot. Okay, I haven't worked with this in ages. Actually, at least a year. So age. Months. Oh, look, it's Ten of Cups. What's going on there? This is in my like otherworldly section. I placed it in my like light workers, like galactic type of extraterrestrial, like quantum, field systems. So, I consider myself otherworldly. Maybe not like traveled per se when it comes to like that passport, but when it comes to tapping into other realms and appreciating other cultures, I'm there. Okay. Spirit, let's set that intention, all right? Angels of light and love, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, and that of my light and love crew. Thank you so very much. You know what? I'm called to light some incense too. Okay. It went out a little early. Okay. Let's put it on board. Excuse me. Pardon. Okay. So, Spirit, what sets me apart from others? Thank you. Yes, so I invite my my star families of light and love to speak upon me as well. What are your recommendations, star families of light and love? Thank you very much. Okay. So, you might vibe with this too, but like definitely getting those personal references, those recommendations of what sets me apart from the rest. Two cards came out. Oh shoot, what was it? The Tower moment. Pronounced. And the Wheel of Fortune inverted. Interesting. I didn't expect to start with these two cards. Oh, you know what? I'm controversial. But you know what that means? That means I'm super brave as far as approaching what decisions need to be made. I'm the formal auditor, whether or not you asked for it. It's not that I'm a know-it-all, but I'm an observe-it-all. That's what they're saying. And because of that, not only am I a page turner, I'm someone who like takes the wheel and turns it around and does 360s that can do donuts like basically on a bike. The vibes of that. I can take any wheel and turn the tables. That is what they're saying through my personal outlook. What's his chances? Doctrine. The doctrine of chance. Oh, changes or chances? That's crazy. I've never noticed that. It looks like it says brave, M-O. That's crazy. It's like prancing pony, what this reminds me of are those rotating windmill type of things, like those pinwheels, but they rotate based on the heat source provided from a candle lit. So it's like this carousel that moves around when the candle is lit. Do you see that? It's all around. So it's basically saying that I'm lit when I'm the the designated driver of the divine. I'm the triple D. That's interesting. Like triple X, you know? I'm the triple D. This is insane. Yeah. So, I think Prancing Pony was the bar, the pub that, what we're talking about, were like that, that Watchman was at, like where they had to meet up, like the hobbits and like Frodo, they had to meet up with Gandalf. Like that was the cue, that was the place. The Prancing Pony, I think that's what that was. So like what sets me apart from others is that I make every place a home when it comes down to it, like a safe place, like this anonymous, like safe house to meet up and make executive decisions, like implement them. Like what is the next plan of action? Holy mackerel, that's crazy. You know what that means? Holy mackerel is a big fish, big lively fish. I don't even know what a mackerel is, but if you're gonna say holy mackerel, that's what I imagine. They say I'm a big fish. All right, that's awesome. Thank you. All right. To here we have 4 of Cups pronounced and Judgment muted. Holy me. They're saying like what sets me apart is I don't mind like standing by or sitting apart from, other celebrations. I don't mind being the chaperone and not playing with the rest of the crew like how they play. I'm fine with the way I am, because when it comes to like karma, like I know what goes down in the spiritual realm. I'm told, like I'm forewarned, like not to engage in this energy, not to, like I'm given cues. It's not that like I know better, like by my own. I mean that's supplemental, but they're also saying that like I'm told like I'm supposed to stand correct or sit correct, separately correct, and like that's what a designated driver does. The 3 of Cups have fallen, like they have to forego the drinking, the atmosphere of like lively festivities. Like one of the readings that I visited, no like water under the bridge. It's not even that, like it's not even any offense, but like some people think that I work too much, especially like even with peer spiritualists, or like in combination with like a full-time job or a part-time job, or like the things that I take on that I need to have a little bit of fun. But the thing is that like they don't realize that I enjoy what I do. You know what I mean? Like, but it's not all fun and games. It's my kind of fun. My kind of fun isn't like, I don't know. It's stuff that's like 5 of Cups energy, like stuff that I said goodbye to. Like I'm not going to force myself to engage in a crowd that like I don't vibe with. In order to get there, you have to be able to like find a crowd that like is, cool like that. Not the dime a dozen crowds, So it's, you're there when you're there, and I'm not there right now. So, I don't need to rationalize to anybody or anything like that, but that's what sets me apart. It's like a certain realm of like sobriety, but it's like ignorance is bliss. Like I've been there, I've done that, like enough is enough. And so it's that maturity of being able to like step into the inner child of like taking the wheel and go skirt, with your bike and doing like, like how they what is it? Like doing tricks on the bike is, it's, that's where I have more fun, in those challenges. Yeah. So that's what sets me apart from others. Future prospects that are in the same league, if not higher. Thank you very much. Sometimes, like, Spirit saying that, the way I market myself is kind of funny. Like, what is this? The Emperor! That's Spirit. Aw, that's so sweet. Hi, Spirit. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, the way I market myself is a little bit through like subliminal messaging, but it's the way Tina does it best. It's like just how I did with, setting, saying, thank you to the crew of equivalency, if not higher. Yes. The Spirit is here. How excellent is that? Spirit stood up and was like, yay! So sweet. Thank you. Like, that's a stamp of approval. You see, that's a phoenix, I think. Yeah. So, So he says, like, you could stop there. Like, that's good. But, like, that's the defining factor of, like, yep, you're correct. You're absolutely correct, Tina. That's so sweet. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I had to say goodbye to certain energies. Like, so they told me several times about this, potentiality. And, when somebody gives you, like, what is it? It's not necessarily red flags, but they're freckled with red, like blood spots. Like, you can tell that there's dishonesty in a certain realm, or like there's withholding. There's some element of gameplay that is like, why are you going to ignore those things? And my pink candle is bubbling up from beneath it, So it's just, like, don't create an illusion out of, just because, like, don't make it something than what you truly see it to be, what you're shown, So, if people are not there to match your energy, like, don't fool yourself again. Like, that goes in so many realms, like even job hunting. So, realistically speaking, that's something that you're going to have to step into day to day. Any relationships that, like, I care to have are ones that are going to be, like, long-standing. That is my intention. So to look at it, approach it in that manner. And so it's, yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay. I don't think I need to say anything more to that. Queen of Wands, for sure. Oh my gosh, we're not, Spirit saying is, I'm not just the page turner. I'm like the kid on the cereal box, like the most wanted. People that are loved and searched for. Especially when they go missing, in like transactional relationships that have become transactional, that have expressed itself in being like, short term. That I'm on the cover of not just a magazine, but the freaking box. It means it in so many levels. So not just a page turner, like each page turner is a cover. So it's, it's that formality of expression of the first impression every time that it's consistent. When you submit your resume, like, especially when you're looking at like traditional forms of expressing your interests, you have that cover letter. Like in olden days, when you sent a fax, it had a cover, sheet. It's that introduction, that first impression that tells you a little bit more about, that unique imprint of yours, or like factual, just like straight line, like it's basically a precursor to your objective. So when you're looking at the Queen of Wands, it's someone that's highly coveted, highly like desirable. It's like can handle a lot. Do you see? It's like Goddess Kali, or there's another goddess, I forget. Let me go ahead and read it. Queen of Wands. But like multifaceted and can handle a lot. And because of that, she doesn't hold a death grip to anything. You know what I mean? She knows that, like, the power of, like, the magic that she has, the power that she possesses, the prowess on many different levels. She knows that she doesn't have to, like, have a death grip on anything, you know? So Queen of Wands. Let's see what she'll say about that. Dun, dun, dun. The Suit of Wands. Queen of Wands. The queen rises like a flaming, many-armed goddess from a turbulent ocean, the waters boiling from volcanic eruptions deep beneath the surface. She carries a flaming wand in one of her hands, but unlike the page, knight, and king, this is not the focus of her mandorla. It is her yoni that sits within the mandorla, and it glows with fire and light. As the queen brings fire to the realm of fire, or water to the realm of fire, it is from here that it flows. In this queen, passion and libido are fused with feeling and emotion. Fire and water become one, flowing like lava, and this is a person for whom the passions of sex and the yearnings of love are inseparable. This is an artist whose feelings pour from her canvases and in the workplace. She is a person who says what she feels, or what they feel, even if it isn't comfortable listening. Ha, that's funny. She's very forthright. She wears her heart on her sleeve. That's very interesting, because I already told you about my connection with Pele. That's very crazy. But yeah, I mean, like, this is a force to be reckoned with, a force that cannot be ignored. This is a witch that can wield in different forms of alchemy. This is a temperance card, threefold, it looks like, because she has 3 sets of arms. If not 4. That's insane. That's alchemy fourfold. That's covering all 4 directions of alchemy. This is not just the impression of fire and water and its mutability, but it's the hidden aspect, like the phoenix energy behind the Empress. That's insane. That's crazy. All right, that's what they're saying. Okay, thank you. All right, so what sets me apart from others? Star families of light and love. Page of Cups, pronounced. This is saying that, like, I have a lot of admirers, but it's also saying, personally speaking, that I'm invested in, falling in love with everything that I do. Like, practically everything is a passion project, which means that it's not just ignited by, romanticism, but like there's a fuel behind it that is, like they said, inseparable. It's what do you call it? When there's no bias, it's when love is what do you call it? Oh shoot, there's a word for it. Unconditional. This is unconditional love from as an inner child. That's how I approach things. With all these, like, seriousness stuff, like the executive decisions, like, you can get that in, like, a stuffy, white collar type of environment. Like, you can get that. But, like, I'm the new school version that interjects, like, with this peace offering, almost, that's like non-assuming, it's non-threatening, and therefore, like, change can happen so much easier. Like, to set the tone and set things straight, like, for reals. That's excellence right there. Well, thank you so very much. Okay. We have the Hierophant muted, Seven of Swords muted, and the Seven of Wands muted. So we have Master number 77, which is excellent considering that it's the backbone of the Hierophant in its introverted state. So setting personal standards, setting personal boundaries. When like no means no, but you have to know what no means first. And so like it's living within clarity. So you set the tone for others where there's no mixed messaging. They say that I deliver that. Master number 77 is the master revolutionary according to the King's Book of Numerology. I'd say that's like heavily reliable within its like scope. So when you look at that, the rebel within me isn't like about anarchy. It's holding the higher ground, but also knowing like when to take away, like with a quiet demeanor, when to like slip away in the night, when to like move away subtly from other energies, when to like drive back to self, when to know to quiet, like when to quiet the fact that we have the upper hand and just know it and act within that stride. To have the Hierophant, like the backbone of the Hierophant, is freaking excellent. I've never had such, like in the hundreds, if not thousands of times that I've read in the past 3 years, I've never had this sequence. And it's even more impressive to receive it within this deck. People want to mimic that energy secretly. Like, they don't say it out loud, but they're taking after me. Like, I'm a leader in my own right. Do you see that? That's a tower moment in itself. When when it's erect, but like when it's in its like resting, like muted position, it still exists. Like, if a tree falls in a forest, does it still make a sound? Hell yeah, it does. Not only does it make a sound, but like other sentience feels it. Other sentient beings know it. Like, it happened. It does exist. And, you know, it's, and it's a very private, quality. Like, of course you can, you know, get this type of talent elsewhere, but it's going to have a mouth on them for sure, you know, just to kind of like, I don't know, like, I'm not that type of person. Like, I'm doing it just because I'm reading the cards. And you know, it's just it's nice to hear that from direct, like, the most valuable thing that I can take away from like understanding the hierarchy is that I like being able to go direct, regardless of what the rules are, how everybody else is played by the book. I prefer to go direct with that energy source. I find it to be like so much more valuable, so that I know first, like, what works for my dynamic with that person. And I think that whenever I've done that, those within that hierarchy, the way I do it anyway, it's authentic. Like, it's to approach someone that has so much power, without, like, because they're used to relationships built based on fear, right? So for me to go to them and like be able to trust that they're able to offer a word and like a direct approach without wasting the time that they're paying within the those layers of the hierarchy. Do you know how they respect my energy? They're kind of entertained by it. And there are times where I have followed within that chain of command, but it does not work, let me tell you. At least not for me. So they like that I do that. And that others are taking after me. It might not work 100% according to like their understanding of it, but like I know it works for me, and I know that like we're all continuously learning and hopefully improving. But I mean, that's the intention, right? This is crazy. This is alchemy in itself. This is like wielding a sword, like creating your own weaponry that stands above the rest. Do you see? Like the Six of Wands over here are victorious wands. Like they've seen victory before, but like they're learning after me as far as like how to up level their own wand. You know, like I'm making my own sword. Yeah, this is like the ring to rule them all. Do you see that? That's crazy. They're saying that I hold that power, but like I don't, you know, I'm very, like I have to stay hush about that energy because of my connections. I have very private connections, like ones that I have yet to learn of, but I am learning from. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's okay if you don't. At least I know. Bottom of the deck is 10 of Wands. All right, 10 of... Is it wands or swords? Let me see here. Well, there's no hilt. Oh, it's 10 of Wands. Oh my gosh, this is so crazy because like it looks like this is crazy because this is a roach. It looks like a roach to me, like a dead roach. Like this is being able to, like, with great power comes great responsibility. Being able to like kill like prehistoric pests, like, do you know that that's like ancient energy that have like infested, you know, people's homes or like places for X amount of years? Do you understand that? Their crops too. This is almost like a cicada too. You know, if you're looking at pests and we're talking about crops, this is being able to take out like the queen bee of it anyway. And that's insane. Well, but like it wanted to show that. So what is it? Yep, victorious. 5 of swords. Part of that is not like 100% victory. Like we know, you know, the angelic forces have shown me that when you win in war, it like there's still energies that you have to take out. There's sentience that must be taught a lesson when it comes down to but like it's not like in your face, you know, it's not like that. It's knowing like approaching war within like a level of maturity, having to backpack that, but at the same time emerging victoriously because you know the purpose that it's serving, the higher purpose that it's serving. Because look, everyone is like an imprint, a shadow, but it's also showing to them like, look what we had to do. We had to throw down like X marks the spot because of that 3 of Swords energy. Do you see like how we can create our own blockages, but like on the other hand, there's a receptivity of truth. But in total, that's 3 of Swords. That's heartbreak energy. That's what everybody experiences in that. But so that's like the one up on the lesson, knowing that, you know, knowing that we bear a lot of responsibility. Yeah. That's what it's saying. Okay, cut the deck. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So, they're saying that I don't really have to prove it. That, I don't have to work harder to show my worth. What makes me stand out amongst others, according to, not just spirit, but also speaking through star families of light and love, is that I don't need to put in the extra work. Like the work that I already do and have shown for itself, like it shows like a lot of, like, my resume isn't just laying flat on like a 2D type of surface. It's understated. Like, there's so much more to me. But even within the written, it's not BS. Like, I don't, having to prove it like through extra like blah, marketing out to others, it's like, it's an injustice to myself and to the divine. If people don't see that right off the bat with my energy and how I conduct myself, as well as like the paper form of, how, what I put forth, with that interaction alone, if they're not on the same level, then they don't deserve my energy because they're not able to see the value in it. So I'm more worthy of equivalent, if not higher bonds. So that's what I bring to the table. They said that's what I'm gonna take that and put it right on top of the Hierophant. Yes, I am. That's what sets me apart from others. Like, I don't need to politicize any of like what's on my agenda. Like, I know that when it comes down to it, I'm down with the flow. Like, I'm observant enough and adaptable enough to go along with it, and also notice when there's better ways, more efficient ways, or more like enjoyable ways of going with that rhythm. Top of the deck. It's the Empress. Are you kidding? You're crazy, Spirit. See? It's just like saying, like, that's the ending part of it, where like I'm throwing the shield up and I'm like saying, like, Spirit, I got it now. I understand. Yeah. This is excellence right here. I am excellence right here. And I'm only getting better. That's what they're saying. It wanted to open up one more. I don't know what. Ooh, it's a devil card. Whoa. Okay. That's a lot. Like, there's judgment here, though. Oh my gosh. They're saying that I bring the devil energy. Like, what? Bring judgment, like karmic justice. Like, the devil, like, how do I say it? Is kind of like partnered with my energy in the fact that I bring judgment. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, the golden ticket, the all access pass that Spirit's been like giving me, like, it's a key that is not duplicated. The only other one that has the key to what I have is Spirit. Do you understand what that, like, that's insane. That's also to the underworld in connection with how they play a part in the justice system with, karmics, like karmic receipts due. You see, there's trumpets right there. That is judgment. That's a judgment card right behind that. Like, that's, oh my gosh. And this is a person like battling with, addictions, obsessions, etc. So, that's insane. The Empress is highly creative, like when it comes to being fertile, a problem solver, solutions oriented. She looks out for her crew on many levels and in different phases. She understands the hierarchy and respects it, like from bottom to top and top to bottom. She knows the ins and outs. I would say she's highly expressive, a free spirit, but at rest. And it's opening up to another Seven of Pentacles in reverse. It's harvesting time. Yeah, highly fertile. So, she's also very practical when it comes to making something out of nothing. Like, how do I say it? those that are thrown away because of their like vices and their like addictions or obsessions, like she sees the value in that. You see, it's like she's playing a tambourine in one hand. Yeah, it's the divine feminine ruling. Yeah, it looked like a tambourine from like far away, but like couldn't really see it until I saw it right up front. But yeah, that's what it is. So okay. If you're looking at it like in a straight up like business aspect, and you're still within the transactional phase, like you're not within the spiritual realm. If you're going to look at me like within that like sales number oriented aspect, we're also seeing that like very like people are drawn to my energy, all sorts, and sometimes the deeper the pocket, the more like corruption there is. So if people are looking to maximize on their business, they are like they are more than lucky to have me there, you know. Oh my gosh, it's opening up again. Yeah, it's still the 7 of Pentacles. Yep, it's a reminder still. Yeah, it looked like shepherding. So awareness, I thought, an awakening, like yeah, it's enlightenment. So yeah, that's what I bring. Because when I saw the show, oh here it opened up again. Like, oh, are you kidding me? Because it looks like shepherding, right? So I'm hearing like shepherd me, oh God, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, something from death onto life or something like that. I wasn't going to say anything, but then when I saw the imagery on there, beyond my wants, beyond my fears, from death onto life, that's what I'm seeing there. Yeah. Yeah, this is so anytime that I am, employed or invested in, it's basically a collaboration of the divine, those that I'm in connection with your parties. So when it comes to potential like partnerships or bonds, that's what I bring to the table inevitably. Like it's a default. Yeah. That's what they're saying. Okay. All right. So it's bananagrams time. How excellent is this? I had no idea that we were going to come across this. All right. And now we are going to go with this. And we'll put it on this like jean, like this denim thing. Because that's what I used. Just like spare fabric from like many years ago where I was supposed to sew a bunch of things, but I didn't. Oh, B fell immediately down. Okay. Oh, it's my other set of wings. They're saying that I earned my wings. This is, it's in the here and now. Okay. So TASUXDLCVWNAEEDHA. So we see need, had, has, tux, saddle. Oh, that's the first time I got that. Web. I want to get names in here. Okay. What names do we have in here, Spirit? Like, only show me the ones that I'm supposed to call out, okay? Please. Okay, well, we have cave. Caden. Val. Ben. Eve. Dave. Dale. We have lava. We have law. Leads. Chart or charts. I forgot what we were going to put up here first. I already forgot. Diva, like the Fae, like the elemental world, DEVA anyway. Last, we have lust, we have dust. Stave, which is another form of saying wands. I think we have Steve here. Yeah, we have Steve. Dwayne. It's the first time I've seen Dwayne, I think. Wes, again, like Wes Craven. Lana. Alana or Ilana. Leanne again, or Leanna. Lada. Oh, Lada. That's I know that's the name. Ian again, but with just EAN. Okay. Alright, so what were we putting? We have charts, but there was also something else I forgot. Okay. Swab. I see dweeb. It's the first time I've seen that. We have Helen. We have heaven. Aw, let's do heaven. Yes, because I haven't gotten that before. So, I like that. And then we'll do charts. Can we do that still? Let me see here. CHA. No, there's no R. So maybe not charts. Oh, there's Chad. Okay. Okay. Okay, I don't know. Let me see here. Exalt. We have exalt again. Yeah. So I'm able to bring. I'm able to represent for the heavens. That's what sets me apart from others. That's active because it's exalts. I give it a good name. Like I give them accolades appropriately, like consistently. That's good. Wave. Oh, I also see exceed. Wait, no, there's only 2 E's, so. New. I think there's a sense of awe as well with my energy because it's collaborative. Club. I think I'm very inclusive, like when it comes to building my own crew. There's something about like building, like there's exclusivity, but based on like the same kind of energies that are not, how do I say it? That are supplemental to each other. Yeah, they don't take away, because the last part is D, 2 Ds, like, designated driver of the divine. But then I started seeing it as like, wings, like a different set of wings. They're like whole, they're bigger, but also minimalistic. Like, but then I saw A separate, and I like, because the club, it's supposed to be add. So I expand the, not just the understanding, but like I'm bringing more energies into the heavens. Like that's what I'm doing. Okay. So looking at the big picture, because I know all businesses, all people really like the fact that the big picture is inclusive, automatically inclusive of the bottom line. We're looking at the total, like the takeaway, the true takeaway. So when you have me as the Empress, it's very like supplemental within its many forms. Yeah. So that, like, I don't need to convince anybody, but let me go ahead and show you. It's so cool. See? That's crazy cool. Let me just go ahead and plop that there. And plop that there. So you can get an idea, a real picture of what's happening here. Okay. So, now that this reading is officially over, I think my sponsors, my supporters, all donations provided in light and love, I appreciate it and receive it just the same. Thank you to Spirit. and the spokespersons or spoke energies of my star families. I appreciate it. Thanks for playing telephone with me, but like landing it in direct connect, I appreciate it. So, now that this reading is officially over, upon closing all portals, I send all energies back. Thank you very much for, getting to know me and respecting my energy, time, space, and work in advance. Sending all energies back with their appropriate karmas. Sending them back to their spots outside of mine. Sending them back in light and love. Thank you. I close all portals now.